Hey guys, it's Ian. I'm popping open a session in FL Studio of a song that I produced last year for HyperActive RM. And this track is Now, and you can listen to it on Spotify and Apple Music. So yeah, let's get into it. I actually just made this video, but it was one of my first, and it ended up being 23 minutes long, and I decided that was way too long, so I'm going to make a shorter one here. So the first thing in this song is this synth, and this is a Reactor plugin. They're pretty short notes. Let's find it here. They're pretty short notes. It's Ecosphere in Contour. And if I pop it open here, you can see. So it's just that delay, and that gives it kind of ethereal, atmospheric sound. And then there's this other synth here. And that's just two notes. It kind of bends up for the intro. The other thing is the guitar is pretty noticeable, and that comes in right after. And that's actually just strummed acoustic sessions from Native Instruments in Contact. And so that's the straight eighths preset, passenger muted. So it's just a palm muted preset. But it sounds really good. It sounds better than most acoustic takes I can get. And it's usually quicker for hip-hop tracks like this. And I know he likes the more like the rock-infused hip-hop. And so that kind of had like a grungy feel to it. And he was really into that, and I really liked it. So the next parts of the song is this synth here, and that is an FM8 preset. It's soft clarinet, which sounds pretty good on its own, but what we did was added gross beat with a sort of side chain. So it's ducking the volume on the 1 and the 3. It gives it more of like an atmospheric sound. Then let's get into the drums. We kind of went for an acoustic sort of sound. The kick is this, it's not quite acoustic, but it's got that acoustic feel. And then there's two main snare sounds. Let me see if I can find them real fast. It's that, and that has a little bit of like, you can see like a little bit before it really hits. It's almost like the pre-snare as it's rolling into it. That kind of has this less robotic feel, makes it feel a little bit more acoustic. And that's the main snare, and I have them layered together. You can see that here. There's a couple other atmospheric. There's the spirit layer from Splice. All these are Splice samples. And then the hi-hat loop. A couple different hi-hats. They're all pretty basic. This is the one that's really of note. You won't be able to hear it on this recording for the video, but if you actually go listen to the original track, I've got it so it's panned every 2 steps. It goes to a different ear. So for example, here it's going 4 steps in the beat grid. So every 2 steps, it's going from left to right to left to right. So that gives a lot of movement in the headphones or in the speakers, wherever you're at, wherever you're listening. And so that's about it for the drums. They switch up later, but they're similar samples. I've got a trap ear snare. I think it's from Super Mario. Maybe not. It's KBH. And that's off Splice as well. With the same kick. But that's about it for the drums. I've also got, for the bass, it's just a sub bass. It sounds like this. Oh, sounds like this. That's off Massive. It's going to be low, which is a pretty good preset. Pretty basic, but it gets the job done. I've got a couple effects on there, but it's pretty dry. So if we turn everything on, it gives us a song. So the last thing is the vocals. The vocals, the way he did them was he recorded them in Missouri, where we met, and then I produced them out in my house in Colorado. So this is without any effects. It sounds like this.
I mean, I need to get away for a minute. By a minute, I mean days. Need to change what we're seeing. It escape to a place where the sun rays never go away for a minute. Lay for a minute, not say a thing. Just need to think.
Which is pretty cool. It doesn't sound great. I don't remember what mic he's using. But with the room he's in or the mic, it doesn't sound super good. It sounds a little bit muddy. And so instead of trying to make it super polished, kind of trying to make it a little bit grungier sounding is what I went for. The first thing I did was waves tuning, and I have the real-time tuning. Pretty harsh on the settings, 5.1, 5.9 on the note transition, 95% corrected. And then I left the format uncorrected. That's worth noting. That gives it a little bit of a more like digitally sound with like the auto tuning, but it sounds a little crisper, which I think was good for the recording and good for the production.
I mean, I need to get away for a minute. By a minute, I mean days. Need to change what we're seeing. It just got.
He's really not singing, but he's got a little bit of a melody in this song, and so the tuning kind of helps lock that in, but also give it a little bit of like a distortion.
I mean, I need to get away for a minute. By a minute, I mean days. Need to change what we're seeing.
This is another good plugin, Triple D by Manny M on Waves. It's got a bunch of, it's like a multi-band compressor. It's got just a couple different settings that are one knob or I guess two knobs that you can just adjust to taste. Got another.
I mean, I need to get away for a minute. By a minute, I mean days. Need to change what we're seeing.
EQ to cut some of that muddiness out.
I mean, I need to get away for a minute.
Fruity chorus. I've got the doubler by Waves. I've got a octave down on the second voice. I've just got 3 voices in the main. I've got a right left pan and then an octave down centered. So this is what it sounds like without it.
I mean, I need to get away.
My computer's having to catch up there a little bit.
I mean, I need to get away for a minute. By a minute, I mean days. Need to change what we're seeing. I mean, I need to get away for a minute. By a minute, I mean days.
You almost can't hear it. I'm going to turn it up in the mix.
I mean, I need to get away for a minute. By a minute, I mean days. Need to change what we're seeing.
So that just gives it a little bit more of a distortion.
I mean, I need to get away for a minute. By a minute, I mean days. Need to change what we're seeing. It just gave to a place where the.
Because the recording isn't super good as is, so this gives it a little bit of more of a thickness, and it's kind of replacing some of those frequencies that were missing in that original recording, thickening it out, giving it a little bit of a distortion, a little bit of a grit to it that it didn't have before. But it's not really that noticeable when you listen to it.
I mean, I need to get away for a minute. By a minute, I mean.
And then just a basic delay and reverb. And so yeah, when we're all through, it sounds something like this.
I mean, I need to get away for a minute. By a minute, I mean days. Need to change what we're seeing. It escape to a place where the sun rays never go away for a minute. Lay for a minute, not say a thing. Just need to think for a minute. Get some things straight. Too many decisions on my brain and they change every minute. Feeling insane, getting high every day just to face how I'm living. Yeah. Too many nights wondering why they don't grow with me. I write my life line by line, it seemed usually things always line out in time. Look at you and me now. I mean, I knew that we would be here, look where we are. Nothing is hard as it seems, it just seems so far-fetched. Girl, you're so fetching, fetch us a car, ayy. I'm trying to lean the sea.
So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you have any other questions, you can comment. Again, that is Now by HyperActive RM. You can check it out on Spotify or Apple Music or any other streaming sites. Again, you can check out HyperActive RM, HyperActive RM on Instagram, Facebook, Apple Music, Spotify, everywhere. Go ahead and give them a follow. You can find out other stuff that I've produced on my site at ianbellue.music.com. That's IANBELLUE music.com to hear some other productions that I've done. If you have any questions, have any comments, go ahead and let me know. Other than that, thanks for watching.